Welcome back to Footballology, and welcome back to another episode of Diamonds in the Rough. So in that week one beatdown in that game, we had multiple opportunities to throw the ball to the outside to hit Underwood on a couple of one-on-one matchups with Sidney Jones, and Sidney Jones just won those matchups every time. The Philadelphia Eagles, it got even part to like the late part of the game. If you haven't seen the gameplay, definitely go check that video out. But it got to the point in the late part of the game where they were threatening me, like they were like begging for me to throw it over there. They even took the safety and brought the strong safety down and put this free safety high on the right side. It was so embarrassing because I had a 6'5" receiver over there, and I really felt like I could take advantage of those opportunities. At least one or two balls would have been, legit, because then it would have made that safety stay honest, and then I could have opened up some things. They end up starting to play the run. They completely took me out of my game plan offensively, and it really hurt us because I think we couldn't connect on a couple of those passes to Underwood. So now what we're going to do is Underwood now is going to drop down to like the fourth string receiver. We needed to get him out of there because he was killing us. I found this guy in free agency right here. I think that this guy is going to be really strong and solid for us. I love his speed. I love his acceleration. And then he has better CIT than Underwood did, and he has even better jumping at the same height. He's 2 pounds lighter. That's not going to be a big deal. And the route running, I'm not too much worried about it because at that position, all I need you to do is run goes, run slants, maybe a couple of crossers here and there, and definitely run block. Like that, that's all I need from you at that position. I think this guy can actually hold his own. We haven't tried him out yet, so hopefully against Denver we can get some good catches, get some good opportunities in that game as well. Denver probably seen the film from the Philadelphia game and was like, oh, we're just gonna do that. And then defensively, I decided to pick up a new guy on the right outside linebacker position. Now, we wasn't actually hurting at the right outside linebacker position. I just decided to pick up this guy because I really felt like that he could be a better impact at that position. So I went ahead and moved him to the right outside linebacker, Martin Palmer. He's going to be that power strong pass rusher like I've been talking about. He's going to be a guy that can set that edge on that side, but at the same time I feel like can be a little bit more dangerous as far as the speed stuff and running down and things like that. We've seen Brookins in that last game. He had a couple of good rundowns. He had a couple of good chase downs. He had a couple of good edge rushes. He was showing signs of like, okay, this can be a guy that we can move forward with as far as being that left outside linebacker pass rusher and being that dangerous pass rusher that we're looking for. Another thing also I was thinking about doing, switching up my corners. That might also be a thing. I felt like they took advantage of my corners in some situations. Sorry, it wasn't him. It was this corner. I know we have the smaller corner sitting here. We still got Jason Verrett at nickel. It might just come down to the point where I move Verrett to the 1 and move the other guy to the nickel spot, and we try that. Actually, let's just go ahead and make that switch now. So now he's going to sit there, and Randall is going to go back to the 2. We're going to put Randall at the 2, and there we go. And so that's going to be our starting lineup there as far as our secondary goes. Our safeties played really well. Now, with Sanders in that game, if you guys heard me in that game, Sanders is a good free safety. There's nothing wrong with him. There's literally nothing wrong with him. I want him starting for me every day of the week. But there were so many opportunities in that game for him to create a turnover. He had Jay Ajayi squared up dead to rights every time, and I went for the hit stick. I blew him up, but I couldn't separate that ball. So I went out and got this guy Henderson right here. Now with Henderson, he has the 87 hit power. He has the 90 speed and 90 acceleration. So he's a tad faster than... what's his name? Sorry. Sanders. Sorry. He's a tad faster than Sanders. So what he can do now is he can be a little bit faster, but he hits a little bit harder. Not saying that's going to be the difference in, winning and losing the game. Like I said, defensively, we did not have any issues defensively. I just want to go pick up Henderson just in case injuries. Who knows? And then we know we lost our left end, in that game. So we have Onobun, who's going to actually go and start for us now. Like, I'm really excited to see him play. I'm interested to see if he's going to be able to get be that brick and be that stronghold, that guy that we need as far as being at that left end position. And if he is, then we're going to be set for sure. And I went ahead and I picked up another guy at this position since we lost our other starter. We picked up Longwoods. Now with Longwoods, you can see his numbers are something similar to Ono Buns and the other guy. He's a little bit shorter on the shorter end, but that's just going to play to his favor with the leverage and things like that. I'm excited to see him play as well. Just kind of giving myself that depth. We lose a guy, we replace a guy. Now we got that depth still there. This is like with this team, it's a very fragile team, and if we got starters, we got to make sure we keep certain people in place and things like that. And that was pretty much it. Like I said, defensively, we didn't have any issues defensively. Realistically, like, we played a really good, strong game defensively. Offensively, I have to get better as a coach. I have to get more consistent as far as running the ball and things like that. And if we can do those things, we'll be even better. Speaking of running the ball, I picked up this guy Freeman. Now with Freeman, he has that acceleration I love, and he has that same speed as our starter Hall. So now you think about starting him, which I'm not going to start him just yet, but I'm definitely going to give him some touches in this upcoming game against Denver, just to see if he can actually do something with the ball. If he starts to show good signs and things like that, I could see him getting more touches in the later part of the season. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do as well. So I got some good signings. I picked up some good free agents, and then overall, now I just got to get better as coaching, as far as play calling and things like that, and just being more consistent as far as moving forward and getting my guys to get better positions to make better plays. And that's pretty much about it. I just want to give you guys a pre-week 2 game update, if you will. And that's all we done going into this game against Denver. They also lost their first game in the week, or their first game. I got to make these 5 cuts real quick. I'm going to do that off camera, and then we're going to come back. Next time you see me, we're going to be up against Denver, and hopefully we can get that dub. Until next time, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, become a footballologist, and stay safe, football fans.